Short-term retreat, Dhamma talk number 7. Every actions, every activities that we are engaging in consists only of two phenomena: physical phenomenon, rupa, and mental phenomenon, nama. Physical and mental phenomena. We are in retreat, so we are always in the meditation mode. Let's take a part of our meditation, walking meditation. Of course, I'm walking. I'm doing the walking meditation. And as you are walking and as you are meditating or being mindful of walking, you will see there's intention. Intention to walk. That is the nama, mentality or mind. And then, because of that intention, there's a stepping movement. That stepping movement is materiality or physical phenomena, rupa. And then, as you are taking a step and being mindful of it, you become aware, you know that stepping movement. So there's a knowing phenomenon of the step. That is nama, the mind. These three, intention and the action that follows due to intention and knowing of that action because you are exercising mindfulness. These three stages occur again and again repeatedly as you are walking. Intention, movement, knowing. Intention, movement, knowing. That is what we call I am walking. We always say I'm walking, he is walking, we are walking. But actually, what it really is there is intention, movement, and knowing of the movement. So there's two. One is intention, one is knowing. Of course, we coin the word intention and knowing. They are both nama, mind. Nama, mind. So, this intention and knowing took place. Why? Because of the presence of materiality, because of the presence of the foot. Without the foot, there could be no intention. Without that foot, there could be no knowing of the stepping. Intention and knowing took place due to the presence of the materiality, rupa, the foot. And quite easy because it is a rupa. You can see, feel, touch. But it is quite difficult to know to sense the mind because it is very subtle. And also this mind arises and passes away at an extreme speed that you're gonna even comprehend. Due to that, the mind is very difficult to see, to know, to sense. See with the mind eye. But as we say, materiality, rupa, it's tangible and very obvious, so it is very easy to observe or to note. That's why we always start with mindfulness of the body or mindfulness of the rupa, materiality. To sense or to know the mind in your walking process, one need to slow down considerably the stepping movement. Slow down. That's why slowing down comes in, so that we would be able to sense the mind, the work of the mind. Slowing down is not enough, and then you must be paying laser-like attention towards that stepping movement. You pay attention from the beginning right to the end without missing any parts. Must pay attention that way. Only then you will come to know or aware of the intention to step, which is the mind. And also the knowing of the stepping movement. If you don't slow down, you won't be able to detect or sense the mind. But when you slow down, you see their functions, you see the parts, you see the role they play as an intention, as a knowing of the object. So we say quite loosely, I am walking. So in this I am walking, even though I am walking, if you observe it very closely, you will only see the intention and knowing, the mind, and the stepping movement, materiality, rupa, matter. You will only see mind and matter. But we say, oh, I'm walking, I'm going for a walk. But there's only the functions of two, the mind and the matter. There's no self in that walking. There's no person in the walking. Only the functions of this nama and rupa. And always they are constantly arising and passing away. They are not always there. They arise and pass away. Do their job, finish, pass away. Do their job, finish, pass away. Always arising and passing away. In this practice or observation of the walking, okay, whether it is walking or sitting or observing daily activities in a full mode retreat, full mode meditation, if you practice hard enough, you will reach to a stage that you can drop labeling. Before, we always have to label, especially at the beginning. Lifting, pushing, dropping, lifting, pushing, dropping. Totally synchronizing the actual movements and the words and the knowing. But once you mature, you'll find that labeling is not necessary. Not only that it is not necessary, it becomes an obstacle. And at that moment, the teacher will tell you, drop it. Drop the labeling, simply observe. But don't decide to drop it by yourself. The teacher will tell you when you're ready. And at that stage, when you can drop labeling, what's happening is you will vividly see, vividly be aware that all activities that you are doing, whether sitting or walking or lifting or pushing or dropping, any activities, they consist of nothing but only intention and the object that's involved. Walking, that's a foot, rising and falling of the abdomen in sitting meditation. You will only see intention and the respective object and knowing of the object. They just come and go and come and go and come and go. Intentions come and go. The movements comes and go. And precisely along with the movement, there's a knowing appears and disappears. That is all you will be seeing at that stage. Not obscurely, but very vividly and sharply. At the level when you can drop labeling. At that stage, what it means is you have abandoned the wrong view of self, Sakkaya Ditthi, the wrong view of self. Before you believe or you take it, I am walking, she is walking, he is walking, a person is coming, a person is going. You see with an identity, a person, an individual. But now you don't see that person anymore. You only see the intention, the object, and the knowing of the object. And when you see that way, at that moment it is said you have abandoned the wrong view of self. Sakkaya Ditthi. We have talked about Sakkaya Ditthi before, but let's have a little review. What is Sakkaya Ditthi? Believing the five aggregates. The five aggregates are the body, your feeling, perception, mental formation, and consciousness. That composite of those five. One, materiality, and four, mentality. Believing that those five aggregates are self, a person or a being. That's Sakkaya Ditthi. Or, in short, is your mind and body is the person. Mind and body is an individual. You put some identification on that mind and body. That's Sakkaya Ditthi. But when you begin to experience, or when you uncover the true nature of mind and matter, realities of mind and matter, at that moment, the belief in the identity of self is abandoned, because you see the true nature, realities of mind and matter, and in there is no such thing as self. That means you have abandoned the wrong view of self. That's Sakkaya Ditthi. But there are people who believed in the concept of soul. A soul, eternal, forever, indestructible, going from life to life, jumping from body to body. That is the concept of eternal soul. In Pali, it's called Atta Ditthi. Some people believe in just on a personality, person, individual. Some people believe in a soul. But the same thing when you are investigating this mind and matter. In that process, when you know the realities and true nature, people who believe in soul will find out there is no such thing that you can put your finger on as a soul, as a spirit, or an entity. You can't put your finger there because it's not there. And if that person yields to the direct experience and logic, and also letting go or not grasping on the upholding belief of soul, because that's your belief. And if that's the case, one can abandon the belief in the view of soul. So whether you abandon the identity of self or the existence of a soul, you abandon it. First and foremost, one have to let go of the pre-existing belief. When you practice Vipassana, you start with a fresh look. I'm not bringing in any of my old belief here. I'll keep an open mind. and let's see what I can find or experience. Come with an open mind. That means you have dropped, set aside the old belief you don't carry with you. If you carry with you, it will be difficult to shake. Start with an open mind and take a fresh look at what you used to call self or soul. A fresh look. And fresh look is simply investigation, directly going face to face with what you call this self or soul. And when you go face to face directly with proper technique, as Buddha taught us, you will find there's only mind and matter, nama and rupa, mental phenomenon and physical phenomenon. That's all you will see. Just the process, just phenomena. So, taking a fresh look at what so-called belief self or soul from the point of a phenomenon or a process, not through theory, but actually from the practice, direct experience, direct contact with the mind and matter. That way of looking is taught by the Buddha only. And that way of looking as a phenomenon, as a process to the self or soul, taught by the Buddha, we called it, we dubbed it, we name it the right view. Samadhi, the right view. Samadhi. When we say we, the Buddhists, other people may not or will not. The Buddhists view as the right view, Samadhi. Simply a phenomenon and process playing, doing their job. So let's see in our practice, okay, go back right into your meditation, walking meditation. There's an intention arises, intention to walk. That's the intention to take a step. Why does this intention to take a step arises? Because there's a foot. Without the foot, a person with no legs will never have intention to take a step. Intention to take a step arises because there is a proper object for it. In this case, it's a foot. So that object, whatever it is the cause to make known, to be aware. To make known or to be aware. That object has the quality to make you know, to make you to be aware, okay, in a very simple language, daily language. The foot, rupa, materiality, matter. Because of the existence of this rupa, intention arises. What? To move the foot, which we call it stepping. And then, as soon as the intention arises, what is that? Mind, nama. As soon as the intention arises, suddenly, automatically, stepping movement occurs. Intention is the cause, stepping movement, the body, rupa, occurs. That is the effect. Intention is the cause, stepping movement is the effect. And then there's that stepping movement. Let's call it movements. There's a movement. Because there's a movement, the mind knows there's a movement. Without the movement, the mind cannot know there's a movement. So, stepping movement, the body, the rupa is the cause. Knowing, the mind, is the effect. And that's it. And that process, cause and effect and cause and effect and cause and effect of intention, object, and knowing. We call it, I'm walking, I'm going for a walk, I'm stepping. That's how we communicate, and that's how we sense, and that's how we believe. I am stepping. We identify the stepping or walking with the I. But in fact, these are physical and mental phenomena operating through the change of cause and effect. Once a yogi discerns intention, materiality, the object, and knowing of the object. It's a series, nama, rupa, nama, in all the activities with precise mindfulness. Okay. You have to discern that physical activity and mental activity with precise mindfulness, powerful mindfulness, and concentration. Always concentration comes side by side together with mindfulness, correct mindfulness. And once you have that, you will find that there's no self, there's no person, there's no soul. There's nothing that you can identify with self or soul or a person in that process, in those frames of investigation. But to arrive to that stage is not an easy task. It doesn't just fall on your lap. One needs commitment to this Vipassana practice. Commitment, determination, and then follow up with the unyielding effort that you never surrender. Those are the absolute requirements. Without them, you won't reach that state. And you apply all these things, mindfulness, concentration, and effort, to do what? Whatever you are going to do, the focal point, let go to the focal point. Of course, we can explain a long way to do this or that or this or that. The focal point of what you are going to do is to aim. That's the aiming. Not just simple aim. It's a constantly aiming precisely at any and every object that is arising at the present moment. It's always objects are arising and going, arising and going, arising and going. And your job is to aim the most prominent object that is arising at the present moment. Arise, disappear. Another one arise, disappear. But you aim and you aim and you aim at every object that is arising. And if you can consistently and continuously able to aim at the object that is arising at the present moment, you have established the right mindfulness. You have established the right concentration. And then insight will unfold by itself. All that you need is aim, 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 without missing any object of every present moment. Aiming. And if you can do that, if you can aim consistently and constantly at all time the object that is arising, okay, insight will unfold, and at that stage you'll find yourself, you'll need less sleep in your retreat. Before, oh gosh, I get up at 4, I sleep only at 10, there's only 6 hours to sleep, and I don't have enough sleep, I'm tired. That's how you're feeling. But when you push yourself and when you reach to this stage, you'll find that you don't feel sleepy at all. You don't need much sleep. In fact, you can even go to midnight, not 10 p.m. You will only need 4 hours sleep. Some people 3 hours sleep, that's it. And at the same time, you don't feel sleepy, you don't feel tired, you feel alert and you feel awake. So scriptural word, at that moment, in those moments, you have overcome sloth and torpor. Sloth and torpor. So, and also the aiming. There's a significant change in the aiming process too. This aiming, like you have to put effort to aim, but this aiming shifted into the auto mode. What it means is, without putting effort, your mind is directly going to the object that is arising, automatically going there, automatically going there. It is ready to receive what is coming. Auto mode, auto aiming mode. Shift it. You don't have to apply effort. That's why your energy is less spent. That's why you are not sleepy. That's why you are alert. That auto mode of aiming is called the right thought. In English, Sammasankappa in Pali. This Sammasankappa, right thought, is one of the eightfold path and belong to the wisdom group. Belongs to the wisdom group. On a practical sense, that is what right thought is. That is what Sammasankappa is. You have achieved, established, developed the auto mode of aiming to every object that is arising at the present moment. Samasankappa. And with that right aim, okay, I'll expand a little bit so that some people who practice concentration meditation can understand similarities. Okay? This Samasankappa is not unlike applied thoughts. Applied thought in Pali is Vitakka. Vitakka, Visara. There are 5 jhanic modes. One of the 5 jhanic modes is Vitakka, applied thought. Applied thought is directing your mind towards the meditation object. But in concentration meditation, it might be in breath, out breath, or it might be a color disk, or a disk of fire, a mantra, and so on. You apply again and again, and that's called Vitakka. For concentration meditation. But in general, when you apply your thoughts towards generosity, you apply your thoughts towards morality, you apply your thoughts towards concentration, samatha concentration process, that application of the mind, that application of the thought towards morality, generosity, and concentration is Vitakka. Vitakka. And if you are applying to those wholesome objects, it can even call Samavitakka. Correct, right application of thought. To dana, sila, and samadhi. And let's say you are having anxiety, worry, jealousy, envy mind, angry mind, wicked mind. If those are arising in you, let's say there's arising. Why? Because they are arising because you are directing your mind towards the unwholesome objects. When you direct your mind towards the unwholesome objects, these kind of anxiety and worry and envy and so on arises. That's it. They don't arise by itself because of the object that you are applying towards is unwholesome, not a moral object, not a object related with generosity or deep concentration. The reason for all these angry mind, wicked mind is because one is applying the mind towards the unwholesome object. That kind of mind, that kind of application towards the unwholesome object is called Miccha Vitakka. Basically wrong thoughts, wrong applications of thought towards the wrong object, unwholesome object. Miccha Vitaka. So, Miccha Vitaka, wrong application of mind or wrong thought, and simply Vitaka, it is the right application of thought towards the wholesome object. Basically, it's the object that is conditioning your thoughts, your application of thoughts. And if you can engage your mind with the right aim, okay? In Samatha meditation, we say right thought. In Vipassana meditation, we call it right aim. If you can engage with the right aim seamlessly, which means there's no break, no gap, seamlessly from dawn to dusk, the moment you wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning and the moment you go to bed at midnight, where you are meditating, and if you can have that seamless aiming, one of my teachers said that person has reached the first stream winner stage, Satipatthana. Become a Satipatthana. You are practicing in a retreat, and one day you found out from the moment you wake up till you go to bed, for about 16 hours, you have the constant auto right aim. And if that's the case, you can consider yourself, you have become Satipatthana, a stream runner, the first noble person. Just a little indicator, one of the indicator how to measure a person is Satipatthana. And at that moment, the wrong view of self or soul is totally uprooted when you become Satipatthana. And when you become a Satipatthana, one will be never reborn in the four woeful states of suffering, constant suffering. And also you can be self-assured you are on the highway straight to nirvana, where all sufferings are no more. And why is that? Because one is now totally free from the distorted view of individuality, personality, self, soul, or a being. You're free from that distorted view. And one totally understands from direct experience this mind and matter are only physical and mental phenomena. And at that moment, that person will not be doing anything with the identification of self or I. Or they would not be doing things for self-interest only. Whatever they do, there's the benefits for others, which include yourself, not only self-interest. Those are the little benefits we get when you become a Satipatthana. You are for the many. Clinging, grasping, attachment There are two ways to cling, two ways to grasp. And one way to cling is with craving, tanha. And another way to cling is with wrong view, miccha ditthi. You cling two ways, one with craving to the sense pleasure and displeasure, and another with wrong view. These two, tanha and ditthi, craving and wrong view, are with us as long as one can stretch back to the past. It's always with us. Every life, those two are with us. If you have an infinite number of past lives, you can be self-assured they are with you. Because of that, we are addicted to it. We are addicted to craving, and we are addicted to this wrong view of self. But you two are the group who are practicing, of course, this mindfulness insight meditation. In the past life, we have done some karmic actions, or you can call it parami. We have done enough parami, enough. In this life, we are here at the presence of the Buddha Sasana, at the presence of the Buddha's teaching. And we are in the right environment to practice, meet the right teacher, got the proper teachings, and we are practicing. We are quite, loosely speaking, lucky, but it is our own past actions, the parami, that bring us to this spot. We learn, we intellectually understand, and we practice. Practice is to understand experientially. Reading and listening is to understand intellectually. We are right here, right now. Everything's ready in front of us, under our nose. So let's don't waste our time. Let us apply our greatest effort to uproot this wrong view, ditthi of self and soul, and to uproot this craving, the builder of this mind and body in this very present life. May all of you be able to strive hard and attain the insights to uproot the wrong view of self and soul and craving as soon as possible. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you very much.